I got all these demons and they're always fucking up my mind. I can't even see straight half of the time. I got all these demons and they're fucking up my mind. I got all these feelings and I'm feeling them tonight. I got all these demons and they're fucking up my mind.
Yo people, welcome back to the Life of Tyler Vlogs. I'm just down here sitting on a bench, chilling out, having a calm, relaxed day after the little accident last night. And basically I thought I broke my knee, I thought I broke my back. Honestly, that's how I felt last night. And before I went to sleep, I was like, I just kept telling myself, I need to go and get this checked out, I need to go and get this checked out. Ended up passing out, going to sleep. And I've woken up this morning, my knee doesn't feel as bad, but it's a bit of a struggle to walk on, so I think I've just done something to the leg. It's nothing major. It can heal by itself, or if I get some crutches, that would probably help, but it's not really needed. So yeah, I'm currently going back to the scene of the accident, and I'm going to go and attempt to get the bike back. In every direction I look, there's a cloud there, some blue sky, dark cloud there, over there. We're meant to have another thunderstorm, because not last night, the night before, we had a massive thunderstorm. And honestly, it wasn't that nice, to be honest with you, because Twixie gets a bit like stressed out. So obviously, I mean, I do like them myself personally, but for the sake of the dog, they're just not nice. I just pray that the rain doesn't start before I get to the bike, because I'm not going to be able to cycle it because my knee does still hurt. Got to hope that the bike is even still there, because lots of people walk down there, someone could have picked it up. And the bike's not even mine, it's my mate's. I'm not too sure what's going on with the weather, because it was just really windy and now there's no wind, and then there's wind again, and it is starting to rain. I can feel it. So let's try and get to the bike as quick as we can. I've made it up to the top section of the housing estate. I've just got to hope the bike's there. I've just got a gut feeling it's not. It's literally, I've got to go through all the way down there, down to that big tree. Finally, a bit of sun trying to break its way through the clouds, but it is still quite hot. It's like 24 degrees, and we're meant to have like massive thunderstorms again, massive rainpour, meant to have floods even, and a risk to like fucking power cuts. Like, what's going on? It's meant to be June and we're getting issued weather that's meant to be happening in like, I don't know, in like the autumn, winter time. And it's nice to see that the housing is actually planting plants everywhere. They've put brand new trees down, because right where we are right now, there was like a forest of trees, and then there was like a farmhouse kind of thing, when this whole entire land here, this whole entire housing estate was owned by a farmer, and he sold it for like 2 million. Cause I can still remember driving past this whole entire field when I was younger. Like when I was in the back seat of the car, would go past like the roundabout, and there wouldn't be a turning to go into where we are now, because obviously it was owned by a farmer, massive land, and literally from a certain point, or if you used to walk down the side of this field, you could actually see the farmhouse. It's such a shame he sold it, but on the plus side, it's brought more houses to Maldon. But the downside is we don't have any transport out of Maldon, because there's no train, the buses are terrible, and just the taxis are just an absolute rip-off. Walking through the little cave, we've made it out onto the land, where we've now got to walk all the way down the side of a cornfield just to find my bike. Like, I'm glad I didn't crash down one of these ditches here, because if I landed inside that cornfield, it would have hurt. I've been in that cornfield about 1,000 times, because in 2022, me and my neighbours would get some drinks, get some camp chairs, and there used to be like a little mini pond. We'd take the dog down there, which was my neighbour's dog, and we'd all just sit around and just enjoy the sun. But them neighbours have moved on, and I'm very nearly about to move on myself. Slowly approaching where the crash happened, walked across the field. Let's walk through and see if the bike is, fingers crossed, still there. Very slowly try and climb onto this bridge, which is not safe at all. Oh my god, it's still there. I actually can't believe it's still there. It's still in the hole. I don't know how I'm getting it back because the actual drop down into that ditch is quite deep, so I might have to walk further up the cornfield up there to climb in and walk down and collect the bike. I've got to walk around the side of here and hope I don't get shouted at by a farmer, but surely they'll understand that I'm just trying to get my bike back, and this is a really steep drop. Oh my god, it doesn't give it justice on camera how steep this drop is. I actually could have banged my head and died last night, or I could have crashed it off, broken a bone and not had any help, because look, there's literally no one to help except from people down in that pub or in that house down the bottom, and obviously the farm over there, but there's no one else around here that would have heard me. And that's actually crazy how steep this drop is. I'm currently stood right on the edge, and it's actually from that bush there is on the ground, and that there is a part of the ditch, and the bike is down there. It could have ended a lot worse, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely not jumping in the ditch because I'm way too injured for that. My knee will not handle the drop of jumping in there to get the bike back, so I might have to leave it down to my mate to come and pick up, or I'll come down and help him. Best thing to do for now is just to leave the bike there. It's just really bugging me that you can't see how deep this hole is on camera. If you were stood here in person, right, you'd think, how the fuck have you got back up? Like, how have you not broken a bone or something like that, you know what I mean? But obviously my knee is in agony, but we're going to walk across the bridge, which is really not safe to stand on. I literally just stood on this middle one, right, and it's pretty much crumbling through. How the fuck are these pigeons not turning into some sort of fucking doner kebab? Mate, you're sitting on a power line and you're not even being cooked. All I've got to say to them is I give them mad fucking respect. Keep walking this way. Why the fuck am I talking to a pigeon? And while I'm here rambling on, make sure you go check out my TikTok, Life of Tyler UK. I'm going to try my best to go live every day and post every day over there also. Still walking back towards the housing estate, and out of nowhere I've started to feel quite actually ill. I don't know what it is, it's just my knee. It's sending like a sharp pain all the way up my leg, and it just really fucking hurts. I'm really not gonna lie to you. Like, on here I'm as brutally honest as possible, and the way I feel at the minute is I shouldn't be walking on it, but I'm out here filming. I'm not going to give up and just go through there and go home. I'm going to push through the pain and deal with whatever injuries just later on. I'll just deal with it later on, because right now being out and about is helping my head a lot. So let's keep walking. Now reached up to the top of this field, and I really want to show you all the little spot where me and my old neighbours used to chill out and hide out and just sit there all day in the sun and just catch a tan. 2 years on, and I've finally pushed myself to actually come to this side. I've always tried to avoid this side of the field. I just walk through that gap or walk down there. But right up here between this tree and that tree in the middle here is where my it was like my therapy animal. It was my hamster. I know people are just gonna laugh at it, and I totally understand it. Like I'm kind of on the same page, but that animal just it was only here 2 years, you know what I mean? 2 years, and it had such a big impact on my life. Fair enough, I should have picked up the hamster more often. I should have gave it more attention. But that hamster, right, was in that ball every single day, running around like a fucking madman. And I do miss the sound of it biting on the cage, pissing me off, and the sound of it in the wheel squeaking. But it's been 2 years, but we're going to leave that behind. It has been 2 years, and I am moving on from it, or have moved on from it, because I've got a little Twixie. I've had her for 1 year and 6 months now, which is crazy to even think that. But we are slowly approaching. I don't know if you can see that little island there. that is where the pond is meant to have been. I don't know if they filled it in. There's been rumours going around that it's been filled in. It's no longer anywhere where that you can go and swim. I'm going to attempt to try and walk through here, but the farm is opposite. And they have said several times for people to not walk through it. And I don't want to be that person who's horrible and does it. But I'm really curious to know if the island is still there. So we're going to take a walk through and take a look. I've now walked through one section and I'm onto this side. There looks like there's a trail that I can walk on that isn't going to damage anything. I'm now walking through the farmer's field and I'm trying to do this as quick as I can so I can get off of here. But I just want to quickly find out if it has been done. If it has been done, I'm getting straight off this because I don't want to get into any trouble. So I'm going to quickly run across there and look. I've now made it the whole way through. Let's quickly have a quick look and then get off this ASAP. And it's looking like the rumours are true. It has been filled in. It's just filled up with grass now. This used to be a massive pond. Slowly walking back off this way. I want to get off here as soon as possible because it's just not right that I'm on here. And to be honest with you, I'm getting scraped a lot by a lot of corn on this field that's quite sharp. So let's try and get off here as soon as possible. Leaving the little private mini beach island thing that it used to be even. It's really a shame that they filled it in, but I'm going to walk through here to the other side. And I've got a car ready to pick me up because I'm going out, but I'll catch you all in a couple of hours. Fucking hell, mate. I'm not even joking. A farmer has just shouted through like a megaphone and said, get off his field. And I waved my arm up and I've just had a gunshot. I don't know what kind of gunshot it was. I don't know if it was like an air rifle or if it was just one of them like play gun things to warn you off of the land. But I was literally about to go live on TikTok as I was walking off to go towards the car, literally through this gap, and a massive bang's gone off and a man shouting through a fucking megaphone saying get off my land. That's what I am doing now. I'm getting off and I'm getting away from this fucking place, mate. If that was a real gun that just shot off in the distance, mate, that means he tried to fucking either trying to scare me to get off or he actually tried to fucking shoot me. I'm now reaching the end of this fucking field. Get me off here now. I ain't coming up this way ever again. Obviously I need to get the bike back, but mate, for him to even attempt to even try and shoot me is nuts. I need to get away from there ASAP, especially if they've still got a gun on them. My lift isn't around anymore. They left, they waited for me, but I took too long to walk back through that cornfield. I was on that cornfield for about 10-15 minutes and I need to go. I need to go. I swear to God, this isn't even for views or anything, right? He's shouted through a giant fucking megaphone, basically telling me in the nicest way possible, get the fuck off my land. Fair enough to him, I was on his land. I'm not too sure if you can see them, but through there, through that gap of them trees, is the farmer walking over here. Fair enough, I was on his land, but does that give him a right to try and shoot at me? I don't know if it was a real gun or if it was one of them fake guns that scares like crows away, but it had a big bang to it and it's just scared the shit out of me, so I'm out of here. I'm going to put the camera away. I'm actually fully shaking now, so I'll do the outro when I'm near home. After walking for the past 10 minutes, I'm nearly home, and if I can play a sound effect on the next clip of what the sound sounded like off the gun, jump it in now. That's what the gun sounded like, and it was absolutely terrifying. So I'm gonna get indoors, get some lunch, chill out, and probably not go out for the rest of the day because that's actually a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm shaking up, but I am. My hand is shaking still from the sound of the gun, but I'll catch you all on the next one. I might upload 2 videos in one day, I'm not too sure. I've definitely got a new song that's coming out, but for now I'm going to focus on getting back home and calming myself down. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one where hopefully no farmer's trying to kill me. Catch you next time. Peace.